Not all the rituals that what we call the elite work with are based on sacrifices and on demonic and satanic entities. Most of them actually work with the magic of frequency, understanding the power of the words, of the mind, of the heart, and how to remain firmly in the root. You see, wealth is usually transferred through generations in many ways, but it's especially taught through the frequency. Whenever you speak with super wealthy people, you'll notice them not just talking differently about money, but also not being in that state of fear. And even if they are losing everything, their mindset is, I might lose the money, but I'll never lose my ability to make it. Like many of you, I don't come from a wealthy background. I didn't know much about frequency work growing up. My parents, originally from Yugoslavia, came to Germany in the early 80s as guest workers and built themselves successfully up. However, the mindset was still the old way that many of you might know, which is money doesn't fall from the tree, you have to work hard for money. What do you think, I'm Rockefeller? All those beautiful sentences I'm sure many of you have heard. And even though in my young years as a student and then later in the corporate world, I was always surrounded with wealthy people, and I understood a lot of the differences. And back in the days, many of them would actually tell me about energy. They would tell me how important it is to work on yourself, to see money as an energy field, which it is, and how you can open yourself up to receive it, because money in general actually is one of the largest fields on earth, money and love. And money responds to neutrality. It doesn't respond to fear, to lack of it, to the fear of not having enough of it, or if you have it, to lose it. And this is a whole reprogramming that has to happen within our system. But one of my clients that I had a few years ago really shape-shifted so much for me, and his words stuck with me over the years. He was a man in his late 50s that twice reached millionaire status and twice lost it. The first time at the age of 30 and the second time at the age of 55, where he even landed in the hospital with a heart attack and almost lost his life from the stress, the pressure, and the shock of it. And he told me, it was one of the hardest things in my life, building yourself up, losing everything, because it is easy when you come from, let's say, a lower standard of living to a higher, but when you reach a certain standard, then dropping so badly to minus, not even zero, was something that he simply couldn't deal with the second time around. But then he told me, he said, I may have lost my money that I've built many times, but I never lost my ability to make it, because it was this ability, this energy that led me to reach the status in the first place. This is not about anyone becoming or having to become a millionaire status. This is not financial advice when it comes to these things. I am sharing this mainly for our understanding, really how frequency works with one of the largest fields here on our material realm, because we are in one. And in the Maslow pyramid, the bottom, the baseline of our existence is safety, is shelter, is clothing, is food. And how do we get that? Of course, through the exchange of resources. The main goal in this video for me to really share with you and to bring it very closely to your heart, because I'm seeing this in my work and I have done the inner work for it myself, is to not see money anymore as something to be afraid of, as something that is not enough, as something that is corrupted, as something that just belongs to the very few we call elite. And as the frequency is rising, and we obviously through it, we are also changing our perception about money. We are changing our ability, how we can create money, because it really comes all back down to our soul, our ability to live and work, receive and give through our own inner coding and blueprint. And it's not about reaching a certain status if that's not what you want. It's about making money one of your best friends, making money one of your allies, building a relationship with it just like you do it with everybody around you, and especially the relationship you have with money yourself. And once we get this right, starting with fine-tuning our frequency, we respond and interact very differently with the field we call money.